Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Henry, your host, and if you're here to improve your English and learn practical, everyday phrases, you're in the right place. Today, we've got something really useful lined up for you. 15 English phrases that you can use in your daily life to sound more fluent and natural. Trust me, these are the kind of phrases that real native speakers use all the time.
Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, your co-host, and I'm super excited about today's episode. We're going to go through these 15 phrases in a fun, conversational way, so it's not just about learning the phrases, you'll also get to hear how to use them in real life.
Exactly. We want this to feel like you're learning English with friends. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and let's dive in.
And make sure to stay with us until the end, because we'll be recapping all 15 phrases and sharing some tips on how to practice them in your conversations.
All right, let's get started with phrase number one. All right, it's time to dive into our 15 essential English phrases for daily life. Remember, we're not just going to explain these phrases, we'll also give you real-life examples and practice them together. So let's jump in with our first phrase. Our first phrase is, "What's up?" You've probably heard this in movies, TV shows, or even from friends who speak English.
Right. It's a casual and friendly way to ask, "How are you?" or "What's going on?" You'll hear it a lot in informal conversations.
For example, if I run into Sarah on the street, I might say, "Hey Sarah, what's up?"
And I could reply, "Not much, just heading to the gym. How about you?"
Exactly. Notice that you don't need to give a long answer. Just something simple like, "Not much," or "Just working on some stuff."
Okay, listeners, your turn. Imagine you run into a friend and they say, "What's up?" How would you reply?
Great, and remember, keep it simple. All right, let's move on to our next phrase. Our second phrase is, "How's it going?" This is another casual way to ask how someone is doing.
Yeah, it's similar to "What's up," but a little bit more about how the person feels or how their day is going.
For example, I could say, "Hey Sarah, how's it going?"
And I might reply, "It's going great, thanks. Just finished recording a new podcast."
See? Easy and natural. Try to use this phrase when you greet your friends or coworkers. Let's practice. Imagine someone asks, "How's it going?" How would you answer?
Awesome! Let's keep the ball rolling with the next phrase.
Okay, here's a fun one. Long time no see. You can use this when you meet someone you haven't seen in a while.
Exactly. It's a friendly way to say, "Wow, it's been a long time since we last saw each other."
For example, if I haven't seen Sarah in months, I might say, "Hey Sarah, long time no see."
And I could reply, "I know. It's been ages. How have you been?"
It's a great phrase to reconnect with old friends. All right, listeners, imagine you meet a friend after a long time. Try saying, "Long time no see."
Nice job. Let's move on to the next phrase.
Next up is, "Could you give me a hand?" This is a polite way to ask for help.
Yeah, and you can use it in lots of different situations, like when you need help carrying something or when you're trying to fix something.
For example, I could say, "Hey Sarah, could you give me a hand with these boxes?"
And I might reply, "Sure, let me grab one."
All right, listeners, your turn. Imagine you're moving furniture and need help. How would you ask for help?
Good job. Now you know a polite way to ask for help. Let's move on to phrase number 5.
Here's a very common phrase. "Let me know." It means tell me when you have more information.
Right. It's super useful in everyday situations, like when you're making plans.
For example, I might say to Sarah, "Let me know when you're free and we can grab coffee."
And I could say, "Sure, I'll check my schedule and let you know."
All right, listeners, think of a time when you're waiting for someone to confirm something. Try saying, "Let me know when you're ready."
Great, let's keep going.
Wow, we've covered 15 super useful phrases today. Remember, the more you practice them, the more natural they'll sound.
And don't worry if you don't remember them all right away. Just keep listening, practicing, and using them in your conversations.
All right, we've covered a lot today. 15 essential English phrases that can help you sound more natural in everyday conversations. Let's do a quick recap to refresh your memory.
Yep, we'll go through each phrase one more time and we encourage you to say them out loud as you listen. 1. What's up? A casual way to ask, how are you or what's going on? 2. How's it going? Another friendly way to check in on someone's day. 3. Long time no see, say this when you meet someone you haven't seen in a long time. 4. Could you give me a hand? A polite way to ask for help. 5. Let me know. This means, tell me when you have more information. 6. Hang in there. A phrase to encourage someone going through a tough time. 7. It's up to you. This means, you decide. 8. No worries. A casual way to say, it's okay or don't worry about it. 9. I'm just looking. Thanks. Use this when you're shopping and don't need help. 10. Take it easy. A friendly way to say goodbye, meaning relax and take care. 11. I'll be with you in a moment. A polite way to let someone know you'll help them soon. 12. That's awesome. A way to express excitement or enthusiasm. 13. Fingers crossed. Use this when you're hoping for something good to happen. 14. By the way, a phrase to introduce a new topic in a conversation. 15. I'm afraid I can't make it. A polite way to say you can't attend an event or appointment.
Great job, everyone. Remember, these phrases are simple, but they can make a big difference in how fluent and confident you sound.
Exactly. The key is to practice using them in real conversations. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn.
And here's a quick tip. Try choosing 2 or 3 phrases from today's episode and using them this week. Maybe say a "what's up" to a friend or "no worries" when someone apologizes.
That's a great idea. And don't forget to listen to this episode again if you need a refresher. Repetition is your best friend when it comes to language learning.
All right, that's it for today's quick recap. Stay with us for our closing thoughts and some tips on what's coming next. Well, that's it for today's episode of the English Learning Podcast. We hope you enjoyed learning these 15 essential phrases and, more importantly, that you'll start using them in your daily life.
Yes? Remember, the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. So don't be shy. Try these phrases with friends, coworkers, or even when you're watching English movies or shows.
And if you found this episode helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. We release new podcasts regularly with tips, phrases, and fun conversations to help you improve your English.
Also, we'd love to hear from you. Which phrase was your favorite? Or do you have any questions about today's episode? Leave us a comment or send us a message. We're always happy to help.
And if you really enjoyed the podcast, share it with a friend who's also learning English. Let's keep growing this amazing learning community together.
That's right. And don't forget to tune in for our next episode where we'll be diving into even more practical English tips. You won't want to miss it.
Until then, keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, you've got this.
Take care, everyone, and see you next time.